My name is Yusuke. My real name is Nikhil Kushram. Let me introduce myself properly. I was born in a small village, brought up and grew up in Vadodara. I grew up watching anime, playing games, getting into almost every types of mediums. Things got pretty creepy as I was growing up with these things. I recently completed my bachelor's of engineering as an electrical engineer, which basically means I have given many interviews. Many times got rejected like a boss, but for now I'm working in a small company. They don't pay me much, but still it's fun to be there. I work with many amazing people. Like everyone has different personalities. Some yell on me, what did you do with the wiring of this machine? Some are like, let the wiring of the machine as it is. You will not get scolded for this. It's pretty tiring to work whole day, but it's fun. It's fun to work with these people, although I'm here just for the training purpose. Every day I go to work with a bright smile on my face. I don't sleep much these days, but still I have a real bright smile on my face, which actually I never used to have when I was in school. I used to hate everyone when I was in school. Probably it's because I was a completely lost person back then. You know, when I was a kid, I had this curse on myself, which used to kill me every day, and also my grades were just too low. Back then, I wanted to run away from everything, from my school, from my teachers, from my own family, from my own life. As a kid, I was just a daydreamer. I always used to dream that one day my wings will grow up and I will fly away from everything, fly away to a place where I can stay all alone without caring about others and my grades, where I can be just happy instead of dying every day. I wanted to go somewhere, probably on those empty clouds, but every day I woke up, it was all the same life as ever. Go to school, hear the yelling of teacher if you won't get good grades. What you gonna do with your life? And I used to be like, how can you blame me? I don't even know what life is in the first place. I'm just a 10 or 11-year-old kid who don't know anything about life. Slowly days went by. I started to hate everyone around me, although I had that big fake smile on my face that I'm doing just fine. But you know, the curse that I talked in the beginning, that was another thing. I always felt left out because of that. Why these people care about marks and why they ill on me just because I can speak properly? Why I was always left out. now when I now when I think about my past, I can't believe that my kid self was this much lost into abyss. Guess I was all alone from inside. I wanted someone who can save me from this abyss, stop me to go from where I am headed to. I used to watch these shows in a little channel known as Cartoon Network. Pokemon was good. Yeah, Dragon Ball was also damn too good. Kiba, I never understood that thing. But still, I hate my life. I still hate everyone around me, even myself. Like fuck everyone, who cares? Then one day somehow I understood this show, which basically used to go over my head. I used to watch it for fun, but when I understood it, it made me think over few things. If they are hating you, you hate them back. But why do you have to act like an idiot just to make them recognize you? They don't deserve you. But now some of you already know that I'm talking about Naruto. It might be just a show to everyone. You love it or you hate it. I mean, how many times have you heard from Naruto tards calling it the best anime show ever? How many times have you heard from Naruto haters calling it the worst anime show ever? I won't be telling you that here. I just wanted to talk about an anime which put a deep impact in my life. Yeah, the anime that changed everything. I first watched Naruto thinking it as a normal cartoon show just to pass my time from everything that is happening around me. I never understood it when I watched it for the first time, but thanks to Cartoon Network who kept on repeating the same thing again and again, and the day when I finally understood it, just wow. Is this the light that I was always looking for? Let's be honest, I was in complete depression at that time. I used to hate everyone around me, including my own self. You know, that feeling when everyone around you just speaks clearly and talk with each other without any hesitation. And then there was I, a complete failure, laughing by hearing the talks and pretending to be happy just to hide everything. Sometimes jokes also used to come on me. Still, I used to laugh on my own self, slowly crying inside. I used to speak very slowly and sometimes I just can't. My younger brother was the perfect example of what it means to be a kid, and he was probably good at everything. There was this one of my friend who used to ask me, "What's wrong with you?" And I used to smile like always without saying anything. Whenever teacher used to make us read the book, just to check whether we can read things or not. Everyone were like blah 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 blah. And when it used to come on me, I literally used and then teacher used to be like, "You don't get good grades and you can't even speak properly, behave like a grown up." Yeah, whatever that may be. I don't even know why I come to school anyway. I know it's not a big thing to get bad grades, and if you can speak properly it can be made good through hard work, but that was not the deal here. It was when people used to laugh on your words and your parents used to yell on you for your grades. You just needed a person who can always say this to you: "You can do it, even if you mess up 1,000 times. You can do it." As a kid, what would I have done back then? I never found a person like that. So I started to hate everyone around me without showing my hate to them. Then one day it was parents meeting in our school. I still remember that situation. I always knew it was gonna happen in the meeting, and it happened. My teacher said to the principal, "This kid can't speak properly." So principal asked me to repeat what he's saying. He said, "Good morning, have a nice day." And I was like, "Good, good, Then my papa was looking at me with his expression. I knew that he is saying me to speak properly. I was looking at him with a hopeless face. He knew it. I won't be able to repeat what principal said. We came back home, not talking with each other on the way. When we reached home, he shouted on me. Even my mummy shouted on me. Later on that night, I cried. I literally cried, cursing my own self. Days went by, I was still the same person, thinking what's gonna happen with my life. The routine was always the same: come back from school, go to tuition classes, again come back to home, play a little outside even if you don't want to, watch cartoons like Pokemon, Digimon, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo, Codename Kids Next Door, and many more. What a not so great life it was. I still remember when I was in 8th class, I got my lowest grades in two subjects, 17 and a half and 19. I barely got passed with that half mark. So my teacher called me, scolded me again like she always used to, and then she said me to bring the sign of my parents on these answer sheets. I was scared of what my papa will say to me by seeing these papers. I was scared. I was completely broken, lost in my own world. I wanted to run away from everything. Depression is something which kills people slowly. The person who is depressed will never let anyone know that he is going through depression. They just stay happy like a normal person and smile happily. But what lies behind that smile? No one can tell about that. It's like a wall that, hey, no one is allowed you to break this wall. I will act like a happy person on the other side of the wall, which people can see. But my true self is always on the other side of the wall, which I don't want anyone to see. Crying, hating myself, hating everyone, killing myself every day. And when you reach at the final step of depression, you will see yourself standing in a point with only two choices. You take a wrong step or you take a right step. This is where I was. I had planned everything, that what I'm gonna do that night. I still remember that plan as clear as I remember my own name. Later on that night, before doing that thing, I watched Naruto. It was one of those episodes from Zabu's arc. This was the first time I literally understood what's happening in it. I wanted to know more of it. I just saw a light for the first time, which was so warm. My thought of doing that thing disappeared. I cried later that night. Next morning before going to school, I asked my mummy to sign on those answer papers. She did sign on the paper without saying anything. As she was signing, she was afraid too. This was the first time I saw her like that. After that, every day I started to watch Naruto from Monday to Friday to see my light, and before I knew it, I got deeply attached with some fictional characters. As seeing this knuckle-headed ninja yelling, "I will become Hokage someday," believe it. Damn, if a cartoon character believes in him so much, why can't I? I remember something, how my mummy was afraid on that morning while signing my answer paper. What would have happened if I hadn't hesitated at that time? What would have happened if I would have disappeared? After that, I wanted to be a normal human being, just like others, and follow the light which I started to believe in. So I started to work on my speaking habits, reading on the top of my voice, going to any place and talk with any stranger I can. It was embarrassing as hell, but watching this kid never giving up, if he can't, then I'm also not going to stop. Yeah, and finally, after a long time, I finally broke that fucking curse. I became a normal human being who can speak properly, and about the grades, I stopped caring about them because I wanted to enjoy my life as much as I can. I used to talk about these amazing shows with my friends. Basically, those shows were only Pokemon, Beyblade, and Dragon Ball, and no one used to watch Naruto. But as always, kids grow out of their normal kids phase. But for me, I never did. I started to go to Cyber Cafe to watch Naruto. This is where I got into a medium which Indians made fun of. I finished Dragon Ball first, then Naruto was ongoing. So yeah, I used to go Cyber Cafe every week to watch Naruto. Slowly, I found other shows like Cowboy Bebop, Angel Beats, Bleach, One Piece, Gurren Lagann, Death Note, Clannad. There were so many shows available to watch and so many worlds where I can visit to. Spike went to find out whether he is alive or not. Yuri wanted to fight with God just to know the answers of her question. Alan was abandoned by his parents. Tomoya suffered more than anyone. It was just rain, but I never cried. Vegeta got out of his pride to live a happy life. Hayate was one hell of a butler at that time for me. Short girls were digress. Made my first anime crush. Goddess is always wise and cute. Mononoke was such a great representation of art which I had never seen before. A god was always in the anime. This scene was so epic. Misaka Mikoto! Probably I should forget about this scene now. All these shows made me realize that anime is not just a form of brainless entertainment. It's a true and genuine art out there. Powerful and compelling stories about characters you can really care and feel for. Anime can teach you many things, but it's ultimately meaningless if it doesn't cause any change in your mindset or behavior. You can easily hate everyone around you when you are immature. I was like that too, but this anime helped me learn how wrong I was. They helped me to grow up as a person and changed me for the better. With my experience with moving, compiling, well-written, well-directed anime that I hold to such high standards, the medium's potential is truly infinite. It can achieve great things when it actually tries to and not take the easy way out. Even after living in this many worlds, still I was all alone from inside because I myself ended up in a niche medium in this country, but still those walls were broken which were killing me. I was happy, so what if I ended up in a niche community now? At least I broke that hate for others and for my own self. People hated this medium. It was a cartoon for them, but I never let their words reach to me because my hero never let anyone's hatred reach to him. He just used to be good with everyone and lied to make others happy, even if he was completely broken from inside. I wanted to become a person like that. So it has been 9 years when I first watched Naruto, and I'm not at that same place where once I used to be. I am more experienced, definitely. More matured, unconditionally. Just want to act like a kid? Absolutely. But most importantly, I have many people who cares for me now. Where once I used to hate everyone around me, now it's exactly different. My school days weren't as good as my college days because I actually found some people in college who used to listen to me when I talk about anime. My school friends still don't give a shit about anime, but the idiots that I found in college were the people that I always waited for. You know who are those two freaks? Abhiranjan and Mang. They are the reason why I make videos, and this is your boy. I just wanted to share a part of my life, not because I expect anything from others. I just want you to remember this. Your past makes you the person that you are today. So if it is possible for you, cherish your past even if it's sad and makes you remember all the pain that you went through, because our past defines us as a person, not someone else. I know that everyone has different emotions, but hey, better days always comes after the worst. If you can't share your emotions with anyone, here is an app where you can talk about your real thoughts and someone will definitely listen to you. Or if you ever feel like having a talk with me, feel free to message me. I'm not gonna eat you. Once this anime community used to be a small and niche community, but now it's rapidly getting bigger. Some are dubbing anime in Hindi, some are providing subs in Hindi. Some are making some pretty damn good videos, some are making JoJo's references, and some are
Explosion!
You know, a hero is not someone who saves everyone. To me, a hero is someone who inspires a single person's soul when they are completely lost in their own darkness. The truth is that we look up to the people who make a difference in our life by achieving their own goals. We admire their bravery and dedication. We aspire to be as courageous and focused as they are. So being a hero is not about achievements only, it's the effect that their achievement had on the rest of you. On me. A hero can be anyone and you can find them anywhere, in a book, in a game, in a TV show, or in real life, or just in an anime like I did. I founded my hero in a show named as Naruto. I know that one day I would forget about this medium and move on with my life, but it won't matter at that time because this medium already played an important role in my life when I needed it the most. A time when all I was needed a little inspiration, a time when all I was needed Naruto in my life. Right now I am working in a small company, going for my NCAP course on my Sundays, and once I finish my NCAP course, I am thinking to go out for even further studies. I still have 4 months to think over that thing. I don't want to take a huge decision in an instant. Now when I look back on myself, I smile about everything. That look, how far I have made it. A few days ago I was thinking about Naruto like it was filled with so many fillers and I have watched them all. I still remember those final episodes of it. If Naruto had not asked Iruka Sensei to attend his wedding as his father, I would have literally started a war because he was the first person who let Naruto in. But it only got more and more sad as we reached to the final episode, where I think I cried with happiness that my hero is finally my childhood is ending. You remember my that video about emotions where I talked about that precious emotion which is dear to us. I talked about a movie which I hold close to my heart. This moment was those emotions where you cry with happiness while having a big smile on your face. I would not recommend Naruto to anyone, but still, Naruto is one of my favorite anime that I have ever watched, and growing up with these dimensional characters and making one of them my hero, yeah, Naruto Uzumaki is my hero.
それはかつて聞いた。お前にとってのそれは一体何なんだ。
Now when you ask me about that thing, I won't be able to explain that to anyone. I just can't find proper words for that. But back then, when I was hating everyone around me and even my own self, I saw bright and warm light. It was so warm and bright that I couldn't resist myself to follow that light.